Hello, welcome to Keto Corner. I'm Lynn and today I'm going to talk about my 8 days on the carnivore diet. What is carnivore? Well, depending on who you ask, you might get slightly different answers. The carnivore diet is basically an animal-based diet. So I had meat, I had organ meat, I had dairy, I had eggs, and I even had a little bit of honey in my version of carnivore. And it was a really great experience. I also had some add-ons to that. So I still had my supplements. I still had my cup of coffee that I have in the morning. I had some spices that I used, and I definitely used salt. So those are the basic things that I incorporated into this carnivore experience. And there were a lot of pros that I have to list from this experience. The first revolves just around the logistics. So my grocery list. I have a grocery list that I pre-made where I highlight stuff, and it's all divided up around what's in the grocery store. It's a very long list with a lot of items on it. I did not use that because I really didn't need that much from the grocery store. So I just had a piece of paper. My time in the grocery store was extremely short. I was surprised. I was just in and out of there like in 10 minutes. The number of bags that I had to bring into the house were minimal. I mean, my son Seth, who usually helps me with the groceries, he's like, "Mom, you got it all. You hardly have anything. Are we going to have enough food to eat?" And so I was explaining to him, like, we're doing a carnivore week, and actually we did it as a family. With the boys might have taken a little snacks here and there. I'm not really sure. I didn't try to keep a real great track of them, but we did do it as a family. And anyway, so he was just surprised that I had so little coming into the house. It was also less expensive. My grocery order was not very much, but I do buy beef from a couple of farmers. I buy pork from a farmer. I do get a quarterly shipment from Butcher Box, so I did have some meat on hand. But because I wanted some variety, that's what I went to the grocery store for, and was able, to do that just fine. So, and I shop at Aldi, I shop at Walmart. I wish I could buy everything organic and grass-fed, but I can't. We have a budget that we have to live within. So, anyway, but the whole logistical part of it was super, super simple. The other part that was super simple was just the food prep. So I typically do food prep on Saturdays, which involves a lot of things. I would say I typically am making or prepping about 5 to 6 different items on my Saturdays, and all I did was hard-boiled eggs. And I should have done more. I didn't realize how much I was going to use them, but that was the one thing that I did for food prep, which made for such a different Saturday experience. The other thing is that just prepping for the meals was pretty simple too. I did make one casserole, so that took a little bit longer, but it wasn't really, really a very big deal. It was also very tasty. I didn't find myself wanting anything else. I felt very satisfied taste-wise. I didn't feel like I was missing anything. I also would say that, especially coming off of Thanksgiving and Christmas, it was so nice to have a break from my kitchen. Because I do a lot for those like 6 weeks, and it's intense. And even, just like making Christmas cookies and stuff like that. So it was just an amazing way to have a break. I can definitely see doing it for that reason alone next year. It was super nice. The other thing I want to mention, and this is probably the biggest thing health-wise, is the fact that my ketones were up significantly. So I do a longer fast every week, and at the end of that fast, I check my glucose and I check my ketones. And they were both, my glucose was down and my ketones were up. And so that's a very significant sign that I am achieving higher levels of autophagy, which means healing in my body. It also means greater fat loss too. So I was tickled by that, and I felt it too. And when I measured myself, I did weigh myself at the end before I started eating plant food again, and I had lost 0.8 pounds, which isn't a lot, but if you think about 1 week, and I was already at kind of my goal weight through keto, I thought that was pretty awesome, and I definitely just felt that. I would say I didn't have bloating. I didn't have any bathroom weird experiences. That went smooth. So I had probably the flattest tummy I've had in a long, long time, just because of I didn't have any bloating from the fiber of vegetables. So, all right, the cons. I found myself reaching for snacks, and I don't snack in between meals, but I will have a snack like before I start to make a meal. So kind of either on the front end of my meal or the back end of my meal, that's where I would have a snack or a fat bomb, something like that. Anyway, so I found myself reaching for those like I usually do, and those would be things like maybe olives or pickles. I'm trying to think what else. Nuts. But I just couldn't have those, and so I had to say no to myself for those things. So instead, I would just have some cheese, maybe a little brick of cheese, before I would jump into making the food, whatever it was. So I noticed that I also had a little bit more coffee. So instead of just having my one bigger cup of coffee in the morning, I might add a smaller second cup because it was just something else I could have in lieu of other, snacks. So I might, before I ate, had a little more coffee. The other thing I noticed is that I did kind of miss the variety. I did miss the taste of vegetables. I've grown to really love them on the keto diet, so I did miss them. The concern also could be around vitamin C. That's one thing as I listen to lots of carnivores talk about it. And the one question that comes up a lot is the whole vitamin C question. It is found in organ meat, and I did have the organ meat, I would say, 3 times that week. So I definitely don't feel like I had any concerns when it comes to vitamin C, but that is a potential, con, I suppose. The takeaways that I have are that carnivore is definitely a doable thing. I kind of wondered how it would feel trying it on, and it definitely felt doable. It's definitely going to be a tool in my toolbox. I will definitely use this tool if I need a break from my kitchen, if I'm on vacation. I don't want to spend all my time doing food prep. So I could easily see a few days of doing carnivore because it's just so fast and easy, which is really amazing. So I could see using it if I'm having any kind of digestive distress. I can also see using it in different ways. I could see having one meal a day being carnivore. I could see having 1 week or 1 day out of a week being carnivore. I could see having 1 week out of a month being carnivore, or even 1 month out of a year. And all of these are sort of like resets, or like getting your ketones up, and just changing things up. I could see any of those patterns, and I sort of anticipate myself using that going forward in this next year. I'm not anticipating becoming full carnivore though, but I definitely see it as a tool that I will use. Lastly, I thought I just would share what I did eat. So most of my breakfasts were fried eggs. Sometimes I would have the liverwurst. I probably did that, like I said, I think about 3 times during the week. And I also made scrambled eggs with some cream cheese and chives a couple days. And that is like my, I fast in the morning, so that would be like my breakfast/lunch. And then the dinners, for dinner we had grilled chicken breast dipped in melted butter, which is kind of like, I was thinking a poor man's crab legs. You know how you dip crab legs in butter? It's like one of my very favorite meals. It's just so expensive, so I don't get to have it very often. But so that was good. We also had ribeyes one day, and we had bacon cheeseburgers, bunless, no lettuce or anything. And that was really good. What else did we have? I made a chicken cordon bleu casserole, so there I incorporated some ham and some cheese and chicken. And then we put that over, I sliced hard-boiled eggs and kind of discovered that actually makes a nice base. So if you want, you could use that as your rice in place of your pasta, in making different even keto meals. It worked really great. It tasted amazing together, I have to say. It was really, really good. So I did not make enough eggs really to do that, but that was awesome. I'm trying to think. I did just eat hard-boiled eggs. That was also one of my snacks maybe before jumping into making a meal. Am I missing anything? Oh, we had tuna fillets one night, so we did have some seafood, and I made a butter lemon sauce for that. So that is pretty much, what we ate. That's sort of my take on the carnivore diet for a week. I am really glad I tried it. I will be doing a vegetarian keto week, which I'm already anticipating is going to be more challenging. I'll be doing that. I'll probably wait a few weeks before I do it, but so I have that coming up. I'll be trying that as well. And I'm excited about that. I liked, trying new things. I feel like with keto and fasting, I've gotten to a happy place. I just am in a really happy place. And so I enjoy sort of testing things out. I also know that the body loves variation. A lot of amazing things happen when your body has to adapt to little changes here and there. And so that's a really good thing. So I like to kind of keep my body guessing a little bit and adapting here and there. So these challenges are kind of a fun thing to do, and things that experiences from which I expect to always learn something. So anyway, if you've tried carnivore, I would love to hear your experience in the comments. Please share it with me if you've done it. If you have any questions about my experience, please put that down there too. I'd love to hear from you. So thank you so much for visiting with me today and hearing about the carnivore challenge that I did. I will see you in my next video. Take care. Bye.